My name's Aaron from Good Games Morley, and one time I was bitten by a tiger.
Wow.
My AirPod fell out.
And we just sit and we're like, is this funny? And then try and write something, and then everyone says, no, that's horrible, Violet, don't write that out.
You gotta tell them your idea from this morning. You gotta tell them.
What was this morning's idea? Content team at Good Games Morley, welcome to the show.
Yeah! Woo! Yes!
So this is my first ever episode with 4 different guests on this show. So for the people who are just listening to the audio version of this, let's just get some voices to names here. Aaron, first, can you tell us your name and give us a fun fact? You guys seem like a fun group.
Give me a fun fact. My name's Aaron from Good Games Morley, and one time I was bitten by a tiger at a Malaysian water park.
Oh.
Wow. This begs a lot of follow-up, but I've hit a short thing to start. Violet, who are you? Fun fact.
I'm Violet. I'm also from Good Games Morley, and I grew up in a cult. That's not a fun fact.
And she won't stop going on about it.
Blah, blah, cult,
Going
blah,
on
blah,
about
blah.
it.
All this stuff I need to follow up. Riley.
My name's Riley. I work at Good Games Morley, and my favorite color is green.
Shocker.
That's good.
And-
That's good stuff.
Ricky.
Hello, my name is Ricky. I'm also from Good Games Morley, and I once bit Aaron at a zoo in Malaysia.
Wow. Amazing. So can we touch on those there? You were bitten by a tiger?
Yeah, Riley, what's it like having your favorite color being green? My AirPod fell out.
I was at a Malaysian water park with my family. They had some of those doped up Southeast Asian tigers that they shouldn't have there, but there was like a juvenile one wandering around on a lead like a dog, and they were like, you can pat it if you're really careful. My brother went up, he's just patting it all over the head and stuff, and I went up and went to pat it and it bit me on the arm.
Whoa.
Yeah,
How hard?
pretty hard. Like
Draw blood?
Drew blood. Yeah.
Wow.
So I've been fully bitten by a juvenile tiger.
Jumping into content with you guys. I've been following you guys for a while. Like I'm a big fan of the specific type of humor that you guys show in your videos. But I find with like a lot of people who make short form content, it's kind of hard to figure out as an audience member, like when this all started. It's like there's no like album that came out or no TV show or something like that where we can look at an IMDb page and be like, 2019. So I went back, did some research. So I went all the way back to the start of both the TikTok and the Instagram for you guys.
Oh, that's fun. No one's ever done a deep dive on us before.
This is like, who do you think you are?
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, it seems like key starting point for you guys is sort of like early 2023. And before that, you guys are making more of like your standard local game store style content, like unboxings and stuff like that. And then early 2023, TikTok comes along and we see you guys start doing something that's resembling somewhat what you're doing today. Feels like things have gotten quite unhinged lately.
Thank you.
But talk to me about that period of time. Take me back to that beginning stage.
I think Riley should. It was Riley's idea in the first place, which is crazy.
Yeah, so I was like for ages, I was like, we should make a TikTok account, guys. We should do it. And no one did it. And I was like, well, I'm just going to make one. So I made a TikTok account and I was like, we should just like post shit on here. And then it was Violet's idea to do a little comedy sketch, right?
Yeah, we had one sketch early on that we were like, what if we just film Aaron say letters? Wouldn't that be funny? And then turns out, yes, it was.
It was, yeah.
Yeah,
But
that
that was mixed with I used to be on a podcast doing magic and content stuff for years, like a really long time, and then that kind of capitulated pre-COVID. But we'd started making some short form like funny content, but like one of the ideas I had for that back in the day was that first sketch idea with the really weird card name, and then we made the sketch using that idea with the thing, and then we'd been watching a lot of
All Day and like Memphis LK.
Yeah, who are like Australian musicians who have that absurdist, like surreal camera stuff, and we kind of like copied that a little bit. And I mean, sorry, we were inspired by that a little bit. And
we paid
homage.
homage.
For further context, Aaron has a communications degree, and so he likes saying big
Oh,
words.
and he puts it to use every day. It was not a waste of money. I've seen him typing up some emails.
He loves it. Coalesced. Who are you?
But let's jump in back to that first piece of content. So Riley, you're hassling about starting this TikTok page. Start the TikTok page. There's a couple of different pieces on there, and then it feels like the POV you work at a game store video happens, and then what's it like from that point?
No, I know.
Yeah, well, the other three kind of did that, right? You guys did that, and then
Yeah,
you were
you
like,
had the idea to make a TikTok as just like a good form of like
Free advertising.
marketing, getting the store out there. But it was me, Aaron, and Violet for a little while. We just were on shift together anyway, making funny things together. And then Riley joined not too long after. And then since then, it's just been like...
It's just like the shift has changed, and then Riley could be in them all the time. And that's, yeah, so...
Yeah, it was just like a scheduling thing. But then...
Which he is fully responsible.
Which I'm fully responsible for, but this is
100%
before...
responsible.
He will roster me on, and then 20 minutes later be like, hey, you want to get dinner tonight? I'm like, brother, you put me on
the roster
right now.
I guess when those first pieces of content, when they post and they land, and you start getting like a big viewership on those videos, what's the next step like from there when you guys are like, holy cow, this is more than what we expected? What's the next couple of weeks to months to years like from there?
There was a really slow transition, like very, very, very slow, especially like within Perth. Like a lot of our customers were seeing our videos, a lot of people who were coming into our store were seeing our videos, and then they didn't care. They didn't care, and they didn't want to talk to us about it. So it was months and months and months and months before we were like, oh, are we doing good at this? I can't tell. Like, people are commenting on TikTok.
But then it wasn't too long. We'd only done like maybe 2 or 3 videos, and then one of them like super blew up. It was like 1.whatever million. And we're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that kind of was a really encouraging thing because it was so early in like us making this thing. We're like, oh, maybe we are good at this, and maybe we should put a little bit more energy and time into it rather than it just being a little fun thing that we could be doing for the store. But yeah, we didn't really get any actual feedback or interaction about it for a while because you just like, you upload it, and then because we're in Perth, like we're far away from the rest of Australia, we're far away from America, far away from Europe. You post a video and like you just look at the numbers and you go, cool, that one did well, and you have to put your phone back in your pocket.
Yeah. And that was fun. Like for us, it was, again, first goal, making ourselves laugh. Number 2, advertise the store. Number 3,
Worldwide domination.
Worldwide domination
of
numbers.
Yeah.
But it's just fun to watch the numbers go up. Like sometimes we'd upload them at night and I wouldn't look at TikTok until the morning and be like, how well did that one do overnight? Which I still do. Because it's just like we weren't getting anything tangible for it. The marketing stuff is so intangible and nebulous. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Nebulous, brother?
It's so
nebulous.
It's nebulous.
Capitulated
Yeah.
in a
He's
nebulous way.
unstoppable.
But marketing is so nebulous. It's like you don't know why someone comes in the store. They will never fill in a form that says, I came in because of that TikTok where you went PQQQ a bunch of times. It's kind of like the slow grind towards them being like, I want to go to that place where it seems like the people that work there like working there and it's fun and funny.
So is that this year that you start to see this like in-person evidence of like...
It's been busy over the last year and a half, but it's hard to know what's Magic and Pokemon being in a bit of a boom, what's the advertising, what's other people going out of business, what's other people doing a bad job, and so they come to us, but the advertising and the videos is...
It has definitely been like a noted increase of people coming in and being like, hey, I love the TikToks, and it's always like really nice to hear that. But it does feel like, maybe over the last year or so, that's been an increase. And then we all went to Gen Con this year in Indianapolis. And that was a really surreal experience because it was the first time we were like interfacing with people in the community, like from all different places. There's people from America. There's people traveling to that convention. And we had like the first sort of like, oh, people know who we are.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because if people come into the store, it's not that exciting that they know who we are.
Because that's where I work. They come and see me in my workplace and they go, "You're at your workplace." And I go, "Yep, this is my workplace." Like,
One booster pack, please.
Yeah. Can I sign up for this event? Can I get that list of singles, blah, blah, blah?
yeah.
But people don't talk to you about it very much in person at the store. They go, "Oh, saw that video the other day. It was funny. Anyway, can I get my order?" Whereas when we were at Gen Con and people were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that you guys are here. Can we get photos or whatever?" And people were like, "Oh, we really
like,
want to."
please
Please
we're
stop.
Just,
No,
we're
just
just trying
people.
to go about our
We're
lives.
just people. We're just regular people. We're just innocent men.
Innocent men.
Innocent men.
What is that like, I guess, what you touched on there, Violet, before about like, yes, I'm here at my workplace. Like, I make content and no one can just rock up at my house to just be like, "Hey, I love your videos." What is it like being like so publicly available to people? And like, you guys are famous.
It's very funny. It's very strange, and it like kind of tips into like both, like it bleeds in both directions, because people will come in and they're like, "Oh, I love your videos." Also, now you have to listen to me talk to you about something for a really long time because there aren't any other customers in line, and you can't like leave the interaction. Like, people come in and they want to tell us about like their homebrews and stuff, which is really cool. It's really cool when they tell us about the decks they're building, the homebrews they're making, the games they're playing, all that stuff. Like, I really love hearing about it. But I also like have to go clean the toilets. I have to go pull a list. I have to go tidy up or whatever. Like, I've got other tasks to do, and they come in and they're like, "You're publicly available. Listen to me talk." And that's cool. It is also funny, like, that people will message my like private account and ask me personally for things to do with the store sometimes. I had a guy who DM'd me like 6 times in a row being like, when's Spider-Man coming out and can I pre-order it? And I was like, you can message the store. Like, this is me.
Another thing that I noticed when we were over at Gen Con, because it was the first time that we had done something, the 4 of us, specifically for like the content that we make. And then we meet a lot of people who are excited to meet us, and they are all like, assume that this is what we do full time, and then they're like, "Oh, so you do this full time?" We're like, no, we work at the store. You know those videos that you watch with 4 people who work at the store? That is us.
I had a guy come up and he was like, "Hey man, like, love the content, love the comedy, love what you're working on. What's your day job?" And I was like, "Brother, you know me from my day job. That's my day job. Like, I work there. It's not a set. It's a real place."
I mean, the TikTok algorithm like definitely pushes like a lot more to like Perth specifically. So like a lot of time when I'm out, people do recognize me. It's kind of weird, and like I'm a bit socially awkward sometimes, so I have to like prepare what I'm gonna say sometimes. So sometimes someone will, like, I remember one time I was at like the bar I usually go to. She was like, "Whoa, it's like meeting a celebrity." I was like, "Oh, please don't say that. That was the worst thing you could have said."
And you are also like the most easily recognizable one.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But no, it's been like good, and like, yeah, it definitely didn't really settle like how big we've gotten from all of this until we were in America and we were in Gen Con and we were at like one of the biggest conventions, getting stopped pretty regularly, getting recognized, having people wanting us to sign their playmats and stuff, and it was really sick and it was really cool. But like, yeah, being from Perth and such like so isolated from like other fellow like content creators in the same spheres and stuff, and also just like, when we went to America, meeting like Gavin Verhey and like, the Olivia from Commander at Home and stuff. It was just like crazy that these people like, 1, knew who we are, and 2, were like wanted to hang with us, wanted to talk to us, wanted to get to know us, and we were like, you guys are so much bigger than us. And it's like, when you really like narrow it down, it's like we actually are doing pretty good.
Yeah.
It's just weird that like as soon as we get back from that trip, we have to go back to work and clean toilets and serve customers and restock the fridge and run events.
My favorite interaction I have with, it was like really early on when we first started making videos, and I was at a pub, and this old fella came up to me and he was like, "I saw your videos," and I was like, "Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, oh, thanks, man." He was like, "Yeah, didn't say I liked them."
It's good. It's humbling, and if there's anything that Violet needs, it's some humbling.
100%.
That's the vibe I kind of just been like assuming everyone else was like working with. Until we got to Gen Con, and then I was like, oops. Oh no.
So just jump forward now. We've touched on this a little bit, but you're doing videos with Gavin Verhey from Magic. You're at Gen Con. how has it all changed since those early days of those first few videos doing really well?
Well, we all had jobs working at the store.
That he owns the store, that he owns the store that we work at, that he owns. Yep.
We are subservient.
Guys, I don't like to rub it in. I don't like to rub it in.
Reliant
What's
on
that?
him.
We would like it to be a thing that is now separate from the businesses because it's clearly grown to something larger than us advertising locally to our store in Morley and Joondalup, Western Australia. So we have been spending the last couple months since Gen Con teeing up more sponsorship things, traveling more to feature events or do panels and meet and greets and that sort of stuff. And then hopefully moving into getting paid to do content a bit more part-time or full-time outside of the stores. So we still want to be in the stores making the stuff that you know and love, blah, 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 but we want to do longer form stuff, playing games and talking about things that we're passionate about as well.
That's exciting. Like, is that like podcasts? Is that like YouTube content? Like, what direction are you thinking about going?
Yes.
Yes, the answer is yes.
We're gonna just cut into whatever niche you've cut out, and we're gonna take that. That's ours now.
This episode will never air.
Thank you.
And at the moment, like, what's the process look like for you guys? Because you touched on before how, like, initially it was like just about who was rusted on when type of thing. Like, are you like a mini writer's room now type of thing, trying to come up with ideas?
We kind of do, yeah. We do content days, which we didn't used to do. We were like, today, for this long, we're all going to work on content stuff, and that might mean emailing, that might mean editing, that might mean scripting, all that stuff. And we'll sit together in like the room, like a round table, but like squarer, and we're like, here's
Hey, what table are you talking about?
A rectangle table.
a rectangle table,
Ah,
and I knew that word.
I'm trying to visualize.
I can't. Oh.
And we just like sit and we're like, is this funny? And then try and write something, and then everyone says, no, that's horrible, Violet, don't write that out.
You got to tell me your idea from this morning. You got to tell me.
What was
I
this morning's
still
idea?
don't even get it.
So this is This is what the writers' room sometimes is. Someone puts an idea into the group chat that we're in.
No, it's often like we arrive at the store. We say, hey, let's meet at like 11. And we get there and one of us goes, hey, I had this idea in the car on the way over here. And we start like brainstorming and trying to flush it out.
But not this morning.
But sometimes Violet's like, does this work? And we collectively go, no.
Pitch it. Go on, give us your pitch.
I was coming up with it actively as I was pitching it.
Sure.
And I think I thought that abstract concept was funny, and that's all I really wanted to communicate, but I didn't understand how I was doing that. So I was like, hey, do you guys know the show Dexter? And how the guy who played Dexter and the guy who played his sister, like, over the course of the show, they got married and then they got divorced, and they were still playing brother and sister the entire way through. I think that's a very funny concept. So I was like, what if we were like getting papped or something, like paparazzi? And they were like, and there's been tension in the group. What do you say about that? And Riley's like, what did Aaron say about me? And but they've been like divorced and they're brother and sister. But it's,
What has the second part got to do with the first part?
Exactly.
I fully support that first bit is a hilarious scenario. It's absurd that is a thing that happened. But what does that have to do with paparazzi?
oh, no idea. Yeah,
It's also
literally, I
very
was
self-aggrandizing that we're writing a script about being...
It started as we are getting papped, okay? And you've seen Dexter, and you know how, and we're like, And then when Violet finishes the idea, we always go,
What?
okay, I guess that's funny in theory, but like, to what
don't
end?
get it.
Like, why are we? I don't get it. Yeah.
That's the main critique I get, is that if people say it's too absurdist, it doesn't make any sense. What are you talking about? Please stop talking. I'll write a video, we like do it goes up, whatever. And I think it's very straightforward, and I think it's very funny, and it's like clear A to B, it makes sense. And then all the comments were like, fever dream. What a fever dream. What? Wow, so absurd. These guys must have missed their meds just over and over and over again. Like, I thought this one made sense.
Whoever directed this is mental.
We had to cut so many other scripts that didn't make sense. I thought this one did. And everyone says it's a fever dream. Hurtful.
I think it's very, very important that we have that manic spark.
Because we feel that manic spark in our day-to-day lives, all because of Violet's presence.
Yeah. The one that like on one that's more like you've got one funny thing that happens, big red ball,
Big reveal is good.
Big
voodoo dolls of us that Riley's mum knitted. My mum
Appreciate.
coming into the store.
A tub full of water-damaged cards.
Yeah, these are
of
all
cards.
things that as soon as Prince of
Prince
Cards,
of Cards.
as soon as we see them and we hear them, we go, that's funny. Like, make the video about that, like, today. Like the one with my mum, I think I scripted like as she was there in the store and then got her to say all the lines and directed
It was
and
incredible.
stuff.
We love Doris. We love Doris. She came in yesterday. She goes, "You're not as tall." I was like, what do you mean, Doris? I'm the same height I was when you saw me last week.
She also called you Lauren.
She also called me Lauren.
Lauren.
I love Doris. I love her.
Yeah, did that answer your question?
Yeah.
What was
Yes.
the question?
Huh?
Yeah,
What's up?
definitely nailed it. It was if you guys were a writer's room, which I think, you did answer in like a roundabout way. Like that does feel like a very writer's room-esque experience.
Well, yeah, like to sum up, it's like now that we have got more focus, we have got like the time to dedicate to writing more and having like a backlog of content that we can start filming and putting together.
So specific videos. I find it's always hard to ask like quote unquote interview questions about anything comedy without it sounding mega pretentious.
No, that's
so-
what we're
I
about.
love
We
talking
love,
about
We love pretentious.
that. I listen to a podcast called The Comedian's Comedian, where comedians talk
gross.
very blandly and dryly about the comedy that they
So
make.
who are you guys?
James Acast, obviously. Stuart Goldsmith hosts, though. He's fantastic. But him speaking to Ivo Graham, very, very good interview.
Great. Are you just plugging this podcast now?
Yeah, it's my favorite. It's one of my favorites. But I really like talking about bland stuff, fun stuff.
Well, I'm going to try and avoid that as much as possible here. So basically, I'm going to ask you guys about some of the videos that I like. I'm just going to mention some of the videos that I like. And if you guys have anything interesting to say about them, chime in.
It's always interesting to hear what like someone's favorite is, or they like this one, because there's so many that, like all of the videos we put out, we wrote because we thought it was funny. We filmed and we put ourselves into it and try to make it as good as possible. So there's so often times where we make a video and we're like, this is one of the best we've done, and then it bombs. And we're like, oh no.
And we go, but it's the kids who are wrong.
Yes.
We are funny. Like,
Yes. No, I support that. So Bug Funeral first.
Yes.
Talk me through this one. I love this one.
So we got we've in a like really cool position where we've been getting preview cards for Magic the Gathering. Like that was one of Aaron's goals just in life. Like, oh, if I was in the position to be able to preview cards, that'd be like mission accomplished. So we've been able to do pretty consistently a lot of preview cards. So we get an email with like the card, and pretty immediately we usually just like read the card, and we've all got a pretty good sense of what we could be doing. So the card we got was Meltstrider Eulogist, and then I just immediately messaged, oh, it's a funeral. He's a eulogist. They do that at funerals. Bug Funeral.
And then Aaron wore a shirt that day that had a frog on it, and we were like, there it is. We got the rest of it. We finished the video, everybody.
But again, that video came together like we have just an idea. Bug Funeral. That's funny. Yeah. And then when we get together, we just script it like usually Violet O'Reilly are like very good at laying down, getting like word to paper. And they go, these are like the beats that we think we should hit. And then collectively as we're filming, oftentimes we just go, oh, let's swap this around. This is a funnier line. Should we cut this? Should we add this? But that was one of those videos where, like, in the moment, it felt like we just kept adding to it. And we just kept saying, this is one of our best. This is making us laugh so much.
Yeah.
I still think that's one of my favorite ones. It's just,
it
tickled me.
So many lines in that, and just little cutaway gags, and the little, like, bug widow wiping away her tear and her billion descendants.
We just had the wiki for bug printed out on a piece of paper as if it was the funeral pamphlet.
We love a little throwaway visual gag.
Yeah.
The amount of throwaway gags in general of your guys' stuff is, I think, the thing that like it tickles me the most. Like you touched on the frog shirt thing there, like the idea that you had to come straight from work. Like what job were you working?
We don't know. We never even had the urge to try and figure out what that line meant. We just thought it was funny.
Yeah. That's the best. That like those like thank you for pointing that out, because those are my favorite lines. Like, is that a non sequitur?
Yeah.
You just
I
go.
think so.
Oh,
Magic
sorry,
comes straight from
Aaron, what
work.
was that?
It
Sorry,
begs so
Aaron?
many.
Latin. That was Latin.
That
That
was
was
Latin?
it's a non
Latin from
sequitur.
you?
But like with all these throwaway gags, like I know that me and Riley and I think Aaron as well, we're like big fans of like 30 Rock, and those are shows that reward watching because there's so many things that you miss the first time around. And that's just kind of like the comedy stylings that I like to write. It's just like, let's just put this little tiny thing in here that is just another little funny thing on top of what we've already been writing. So I think that's like a big element of our comedy.
I think it's so funny that he didn't take the day off to go to a funeral, and he just in his regular clothes from work to a funeral for a man who apparently he did not know well.
That line alone just like begs so many questions, and the whole video is that.
Yeah. It's
Like
so
they're
good.
bugs, and Riley has a bug arm, but she's a human, and then Violet is his cousin that's singing at the funeral.
No, niece, bug niece.
Bug niece, sorry.
Bug niece and I did dog opera.
And you try and call Riley up at one stage, and you're like, "No, I'm not coming up."
Yeah, she has a very unhappy marriage.
Yeah,
that's all it was.
Like,
It was
Do you want
implied
her?
that she was sad he was dead, but she didn't want to speak about him because she was still mad at him. But we didn't flash that out. Why did we do that?
I still think it's one of the funniest ones we've done.
That's deep
I love it a
lore,
lot.
man. It's one of the best. We have to. We are up here in the powerless room that we can't use. We need to go move closer to a PowerPoint. So come with us on our journey.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
What the heck?
No, we could just
Should we
see them.
mention it? Should we mention the scene change or just leave it? It's a visual
Can I-
cutaway gag.
May I move my camera so we can see them for a moment? Is that okay?
Antiques Roadshow one as well. I like that one too.
Thank you. Oh my god, this is our dream, because we love all of our videos equally.
That's not true.
Oh yeah, that's right. But the ones that, like that one in particular, oh my god, I don't think we've ever cracked up so much doing the impressions. The cutaway gags of Violet looking at all the stuff in the background.
Yeah, we
and
just tried to get the nuance that you would get from watching an episode of Antiques Roadshow, where it's just like, oh, people are like, oh, what's this? Oh, and then they just walk off. And then coupled with, what were you selling again? Just a card?
a card that had been defaced by someone.
Had a lewd drawing on the back.
Yeah.
And it makes me like gag in my mouth.
Yeah.
But you want to keep the card at the end
Like-
as well. You want to keep the lewd drawing for yourself.
I like the lewd drawing. I don't think I can't evaluate it like highly, but I appreciate
I will
it on
be
a
keeping
personal
this.
level.
Yeah.
My backstory on that one: I'm a pervert.
Oh.
In
I thought that
video.
was just who you were in real life.
No. I'm deep in my research for the roles I'm preparing.
He's method. He's really method.
Yeah, I'm method. I'm really method.
Like some of our editing gags, like in that one as well, where it just cuts back to me just nodding, just over and over and over in a slightly different way. Very funny. And the one that we quote from that one all the time is, it's quite graphic,
Quite
actually.
graphic, actually.
Yeah.
But, like,
We had, I think there are bloopers of me like peering over everyone's shoulder to see what they're looking at, and we just like knocked the whole table down accidentally a couple times. And it was like several items stacked on a medium height stool, and then a cloth on top of that, and then it still wasn't tall enough, so we stacked more items, and it all just tumbled. It was like babble all the way down.
The joke I like in this one is when you refer to him as Riccardo Mario Luigi in that one bit. With the accent.
Mario Luigi.
Mario
And the voiceover stuttering as it goes, and he's brought something special to show Riccardo Mario Luigi. Like he's just running out of
Hates it.
patience like himself.
Oh, I'm so
Very
glad
funny.
this video is getting some appreciation.
Yeah, thank you.
Then the last one I wanted to mention, a more recent one, the one where Violet and Riley try and get the Final Fantasy Commander deck. I found that one to be really funny.
Yeah, in Chicago.
Yeah, real world flirting skills.
Yeah, I remember writing that one.
Yes,
And
Riley
you
wrote that one.
too.
Riley always writes me and Aaron kissing into all of her
Yeah,
sketches.
it's in every single one.
Every single one.
And we've said no until now.
They finally did it.
This is when we arrived in Chicago. We were like, we got to write a whole bunch of stuff and shoot it here. And me and Riley were working hard on the scripts that we ended up shooting. And Violet was hyper focused on making a visual gag to put in the background of us in the TV show Chicago.
Chicago Med. And then I crossed out Med and I wrote Morley over the top, so it was Chicago Morley. And I put our faces on their faces.
And we didn't even use that
And we
visual
didn't
gag.
even use it.
We didn't even use it.
Crying,
Yeah.
like sobbing, making
It was
that
very
while Riley
funny.
wrote this beautiful
Yeah,
script.
Yeah, and I was like, hey guys, do you guys have any input?
Yeah.
And we were just literally crying in our
Just
Airbnb
sobbing.
at this little funny poster that we had been making.
That we didn't even
didn't use.
use.
Cutting room floor never became a thing.
I think
No, that one's for us.
I think we forgot to put it up in the background. We put up the thing that said no shirt, no shoes, no service.
No Yu-Gi-Oh!
No Yu-Gi-Oh! And then we forgot to put that in the background somewhere, and then we just gave it to one of the staff members for a poster for his home.
So it's a physical poster. It's not like a Photoshop.
We printed it out, yeah.
We printed
No,
it
it was
out.
for a guy who came in.
Yeah, it was
who
like a customer.
Yeah, it was like a customer, and he was like, I heard you guys were going to be here, so I drove like 3 hours to come here.
And
or
we
something.
said, whoa, cool, do you want this trash
No,
poster
you said, you folded it up and you were like, open this when we're not around. You were like, this is for later. You were like, you can't look at it now. And he was like, okay. Yep.
I remember that now. That's very funny.
And I think that video is also important because it's like it shows that our comedy stylings aren't specific to Good Games Morley. They're also specific to other game stores.
Yeah. Good Games Chicago.
We've got
Sorry,
range.
what did you have questions about that one? Sorry, we just yapped about.
It's just
nothing.
like this one. I think is it hits on the thing I mentioned before about it's just like joke on joke on joke with this video, where it's just like the big synchronized step out at the beginning, like the Little Rascals, the line about deep dish pizza, the back of my ears taste really bad.
That
and
was
then
such a funny one.
Great
and the
line.
bonk noise when you guys hit heads
The
together
bonk,
as well,
yeah.
and then the
I
kiss
love a
at the
bonk.
end as well.
The kiss at the end.
bonk_sound_effect1.mp4
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Straight from
Check
YouTube
it out.
to
Check it
MP3.
out.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
This is a funny thing that we've been finding as we talk about sponsored content nowadays, because people go, hey, we need a spec script, and then we'll back and forth with you about that. Then send us a dry run of the video, and then we'll back and forth about that and edit it, get it to the final process. We go, our script is going to look
Bad.
really bad because a lot of it is timing joke, editing joke, improv joke, another thing that we find funny on the side, but the premise is there. Background gags, like a lot of the stuff is the whole minute, is not the 20 lines that we speak in the script. So we got spoken to by Post Malone's management in Australia about him, because this is just after he'd bought the One Ring and then he was coming on an Australian tour, and his management were trying to get him to do stuff in the nerd sphere while he was in Australia. And then someone I knew was in a Discord with his manager, and they were saying, do you know people in the nerd sphere that
Very
could help with
tenuous
this?
links.
Tenuous links, but we got in the emails and we got in the email chain about it, and we sent them some spec scripts and we got no response.
Yeah,
I
because,
think
like,
they don't read
They
good.
don't read well. Like
Yeah.
I'm like we've touched on before. I will often read a script and go, "What is this?
Yeah.
I don't know what this is." But then we start like putting it together, and once you start adding other elements and like verbalizing it and like staging it, it starts making a lot of sense. But yeah, from conception to like the final product, it is like a lot of the videos are completely different to like what we originally
Yeah.
plotted out.
So Post Malone, if you're listening, please work with us.
One of the spec scripts for Post Malone was pre-Malone.
Was it? I don't even remember
Yeah,
that
it was
one.
pre-Malone, and he was a kid coming in to buy magic cards, and he was like, one day I'll be a famous musician. And everyone was like, okay,
We were like, yeah,
pre-Malone.
nice one, Pre-Malone.
Cool, pre-Malone. Do you want this card or
good stuff.
not?
Oh, we should have done Prove Malone. That doesn't work. No, no.
Post Malone.
Prove Malone. Prove
Oh,
Malone.
that
Where
definitely would have got him to come to
Where
the
is
store.
cheese?
Yeah, that would have been it.
Genius.
Thank you.
So I have some other questions, but I think we're out of time. So let's just jump into talking about PAX. You guys are coming to PAX this year.
Yes,
we are.
PAX Oz.
Tell us about the event. What are you guys doing?
So we're being joined by the After Hours crew. They've got a Commander show that they put out regularly. And we're doing a live show with them on October 11th at 7 p.m. So there's going to be a live Commander game, but because there's 4 of us and there's 2 of them playing, that's too many people for a Commander game. So there's going to be gags and bits and fun audience interaction. It's just going to be a really fun time.
Well, me and Riley try to slay them.
Yeah, that's important. We need to make sure that we don't get humiliated on a public level.
On a public
We do that. We do a good enough
We
job
did that
of
already.
Already, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're doing a meet and greet straight after in the same hall, at 8:30. And then we have a few other panels that we're going to be part of that we don't have the full list of yet, but we'll put them all over our social media. But we'll be around the con the whole weekend.
Yeah, we're there the whole weekend. So if you see us, come say hi.
Come say hi.
Come say, oh, I saw the green one earlier. I get that a lot.
Yeah.
People
saw
come
your
up to me and be
green
like,
pal
the green
around."
one's here too. Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
you're from my phone. And I go,
Get that
okay.
a lot.
And you're going to be producing some shows soon, yeah?
Yeah, sure. So we are starting our production journey. Hopefully, we're going to do more producing. Iffy Wadiwe from Dropout and Comedy Central, Key and Peele, he's awesome. He's coming over to Perth and he's going to do a live comedy show in our store, in our retail store, Good Games Morley.
In Good Games Morley.
In Good Games Morley. It's going to be filmed, but it's also just a live comedy show. We've got plenty of tickets and
What day is it, Violet?
it's on the 19th of October, Sunday the 19th of October from 7 p.m.
What's the name of the show?
It's called Iffy Wadiwe Behind the Counter, because guess what? He'll be performing from behind the counter.
Behind our counter.
Behind the counter. We've got some really cool local talent supporting him, and then me and Aaron are hosting the show. There'll be alcohol. There's also not alcohol.
Please don't spill it on the Good Games Molly carpets.
Yeah, it's absolutely gonna
It
happen.
better be the first time
will
alcohol's
not.
been spilt, and it won't be the last.
Yep. Definitely.
I think I was the first.
I think Violet might have been the first. Vi vommed on the floor within the first week of working there. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That
I
was
thought it was
fun.
into a bin.
Oh wait, should we be saying this?
Well, thanks so much for joining me on the show today. Where should people go if they want to follow more from you guys?
We're at TikTok at Good Games Morley, GoodGamesMorley, and the same on Instagram, and the same on Facebook
YouTube Shorts.
and YouTube soon as well. We're uploading our back catalogue, and then longer form stuff coming down the chain as well. But yeah, TikTok's our biggest audience, but then Instagram's been going really well recently as well. So you can follow us all on there.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you so much for joining me on the show today, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks very much.
Thank you for having us.